Hello, I'm SA, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin. The year is 1809. England, a nation ascendant on the world stage, hummed with a potent blend of industrial innovation and intellectual ferment. Scientific inquiry, though still largely confined to the hallowed halls of universities and the private studies of gentlemen scientists, was experiencing a period of remarkable expansion. Yet, a profound mystery persisted, a riddle that defied the best minds of the age: the bewildering diversity of life on Earth. Existing explanations, largely rooted in religious dogma and the static view of species, proved inadequate to account for the intricate tapestry of living organisms, their remarkable adaptations, and their geographical distribution. Charles Darwin, born into this era of burgeoning scientific curiosity, possessed a keen eye for the natural world from a young age. His upbringing, though privileged, fostered a deep fascination with natural history, nurtured by his family's intellectual pursuits and his own insatiable curiosity. This early passion for collecting insects and observing the intricate workings of nature laid the groundwork for a career that would fundamentally reshape our understanding of the living world. Darwin's formal education at Edinburgh University and Christ's College, Cambridge, further refined his intellectual abilities. While his initial studies leaned towards medicine and then theology, his true calling remained firmly rooted in the natural world. He found himself drawn to the company of naturalists, his passion for observation and specimen collection growing with each passing year. It was during this period that he developed a profound appreciation for the meticulous methodologies of scientific investigation, a commitment to rigorous observation and data collection that would ultimately characterize his scientific endeavors. The pivotal moment in Darwin's life arrived with his appointment as the naturalist aboard the HMS Beagle. This 5-year voyage, beginning in 1831, would prove to be transformative, a journey that would carry him across vast oceans and expose him to a stunning array of flora and fauna. The Galapagos Islands, in particular, would leave an indelible mark on his thinking. Here, Darwin encountered a unique assortment of finches, tortoises, and other creatures, each exquisitely adapted to their specific island environments. These observations, meticulously documented in his notebooks, provided him with the crucial pieces of a puzzle that would eventually lead to his revolutionary ideas. Darwin's voyage was significant, a profound immersion in the grandeur and complexity of the natural world. He meticulously collected specimens, made detailed observations, and recorded his findings with unwavering precision. His interactions with indigenous populations and his explorations across diverse landscapes broadened his perspective, deepening his understanding of the interconnectedness of life and the subtle variations among species. He encountered geological formations that suggested immense spans of time, challenging prevailing notions of Earth's age and the constancy of species. The sheer scale of his observations, coupled with his commitment to rigorous documentation, laid the foundation for a paradigm shift in biological thought. The problems of the time were manifold. Existing theories of species origin, largely based on the idea of special creation, struggled to accommodate the sheer diversity of life forms and the geographical patterns of their distribution. The fossil record, while incomplete, presented evidence of extinct species, challenging the notion of immutable species. The lack of a unifying theory to explain the origin and diversification of life was a major intellectual hurdle, a gap in scientific understanding that Darwin's work would dramatically fill. Darwin's unique approach lay in his meticulous observation and data collection. Unlike his contemporaries, who often relied on deductive reasoning and philosophical speculation, Darwin embraced inductive reasoning, meticulously gathering evidence from a wide range of sources. His observations on the HMS Beagle, coupled with his subsequent research and analysis, provided a wealth of empirical data that supported his emerging theory. He recognized the importance of variation within populations, the role of environmental pressures, and the potential for heritable traits to be passed from one generation to the next. The modern relevance of Darwin's voyage extends far beyond the historical significance of his discoveries. The meticulous records he kept, the specimens he collected, and the observations he made continue to inform modern biological research. Our understanding of biodiversity, biogeography, and the history of life on Earth rests heavily on the foundation Darwin established. His voyage serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of careful observation, rigorous data collection, and the power of scientific inquiry to unravel the mysteries of the natural world. The Beagle's journey, therefore, remains a cornerstone of scientific exploration, a testament to the enduring power of curiosity and the unwavering pursuit of knowledge. The culmination of Darwin's observations and reflections, fueled by the data acquired during his voyage, coalesced into a revolutionary scientific framework. The central problem of his time, as Darwin perceived it, resided in the absence of a coherent explanatory mechanism for the observed diversity of life and the apparent changes in species over time. The prevailing scientific understanding, heavily influenced by theological perspectives, struggled to account for the intricacies of adaptation and the relationships among different organisms. The static view of species, a cornerstone of the dominant paradigm, presented a fundamental challenge to explaining the fossil record and the geographical distribution of life forms. Darwin sought a solution that could unify these disparate observations, providing a naturalistic account of how species originated and diversified. Darwin's solution, meticulously developed over decades of study and contemplation, centered on the concept of natural selection. He proposed that within any population, individuals exhibit variations in their traits. Some of these variations, he argued, enhance an individual's ability to survive and reproduce in a particular environment. These advantageous traits, or adaptations, would become more prevalent in subsequent generations, as individuals possessing them were more likely to pass them on to their offspring. This process, driven by environmental pressures, would gradually lead to the transformation of populations over time, resulting in the emergence of new species. Darwin recognized that this process, operating over vast timescales, could account for the extraordinary diversity of life he had witnessed, from the finches of the Galapagos Islands to the flora and fauna of the South American continent. This revolutionary idea, presented in his seminal work, On the Origin of Species, proposed a unifying principle: descent with modification. All living organisms, Darwin posited, are connected through a branching tree of life, with each species tracing its ancestry back to a common ancestor. As populations diverge and adapt to different environments, they accumulate modifications, eventually leading to the formation of new species. This concept provided a framework for understanding the relationships among organisms, explaining the similarities and differences observed in anatomy, physiology, and behavior. The fossil record, previously a source of confusion, became a powerful source of evidence, documenting the history of life and revealing the gradual changes that had occurred over millions of years. Darwin's approach was far from purely theoretical. It was deeply rooted in empirical observation and careful analysis. He drew evidence from a wide range of fields, including geology, paleontology, embryology, and biogeography. His meticulous study of the fossil record, for example, revealed a progression of forms, with older fossils often exhibiting characteristics that were intermediate between modern species and earlier ancestors. His examination of embryological development revealed striking similarities among the embryos of different species, suggesting a shared ancestry. His observations of the geographical distribution of species, such as the unique fauna of the Galapagos Islands, provided compelling evidence for adaptation to specific environments. The abundance of data, meticulously gathered and thoughtfully synthesized, formed a compelling case for his theory. The evidence Darwin presented extended beyond the natural world. He also drew upon the practices of animal and plant breeders, who, through artificial selection, had demonstrated the power of selective breeding to produce dramatic changes in the traits of domesticated species. This analogy, he argued, provided a clear illustration of the process of natural selection, demonstrating how environmental pressures could act as a selective force, favoring certain traits over others. The breeders offered a controlled example of how variation, inheritance, and environmental influence could lead to the evolution of new forms. The publication of On the Origin of Species in 1859 marked a turning point in the history of science. The book presented a comprehensive synthesis of evidence and a compelling argument for the theory of evolution by natural selection. It offered a naturalistic explanation for the diversity of life, challenging the prevailing creationist views and sparking a scientific revolution. The work, written for a general audience, was accessible, yet rigorous, and presented a wealth of evidence to support its claims. The impact was immediate and profound, triggering widespread debate and discussion, and fundamentally altering how scientists and the public understood the natural world. The enduring relevance of Darwin's theory is undeniable. The principles he established continue to be the cornerstone of modern biology. The theory of evolution by natural selection is employed across a spectrum of scientific disciplines, from genetics and molecular biology to ecology and conservation. The fundamental concepts of variation, inheritance, and selection remain central to understanding how populations change over time, how new species arise, and how organisms adapt to their environments. The understanding of evolution has shaped medicine, informing the development of new drugs and treatments, and agriculture, guiding the breeding of crops and livestock. The principles of natural selection are also critical for addressing pressing environmental challenges, such as climate change and biodiversity loss. The ongoing refinement of Darwin's theory has been a testament to its robustness and its capacity to accommodate new discoveries. The incorporation of genetics into evolutionary theory, for instance, has provided a deeper understanding of the mechanisms of inheritance and the genetic basis of variation. The study of molecular evolution has revealed the genetic relationships among organisms, confirming and extending the insights Darwin provided. The theory, therefore, has not remained static. It has evolved, adapting to new evidence and incorporating new perspectives, yet the core principles, the concepts Darwin introduced, have remained remarkably resilient. The legacy of Darwin's work continues to shape our understanding of life and the natural world. The publication of On the Origin of Species in 1859 unleashed a torrent of scientific and societal discourse. Darwin's proposition that life's diversity arose through a process of natural selection acting on inherited variation presented a profound challenge to prevailing views. The established order, deeply rooted in religious dogma and a static view of the natural world, found itself confronted with a dynamic, mechanistic explanation for the origins of species. This conceptual shift sparked intense debate, a clash between established belief and emerging scientific understanding. The initial resistance to Darwin's ideas stemmed from several sources. Many theologians saw evolution as a direct affront to the biblical account of creation, a challenge to the divine authority and the very fabric of religious belief. The concept of humanity's descent from earlier primates was particularly contentious, undermining the anthropocentric worldview prevalent at the time. Within the scientific community itself, some scientists questioned the sufficiency of the evidence Darwin presented, the mechanisms of inheritance remaining largely mysterious at that stage. Others, while accepting the fact of evolution, disagreed with Darwin's proposed mechanism of natural selection. The absence of a clear understanding of heredity left a crucial gap in Darwin's theory, a gap that would later be filled by the work of Gregor Mendel and subsequent researchers in genetics. The reaction to Darwin's work wasn't solely one of opposition. Many scientists found his theory compelling, recognizing its explanatory power and its potential to revolutionize biology. The gradual accumulation of evidence from diverse fields, including paleontology, comparative anatomy, and biogeography, gradually strengthened Darwin's case. The discovery of fossils showing transitional forms between different species provided tangible support for the idea of gradual evolutionary change. Comparative anatomical studies revealed striking similarities in the skeletal structures of diverse organisms, suggesting common ancestry. Biogeographical patterns, the distribution of species across geographical regions, offered further compelling evidence for evolutionary processes. Darwin himself actively engaged in refining his theory, responding to criticism and incorporating new evidence. He acknowledged the limitations of his initial work, particularly the incomplete understanding of heredity. His later writings, such as The Descent of Man, expanded upon his theory, addressing issues such as human evolution and sexual selection. The work of other scientists significantly contributed to the development and acceptance of evolutionary theory. Alfred Russel Wallace, who independently conceived of natural selection, became a strong advocate for Darwin's ideas. Thomas Henry Huxley, a leading evolutionary biologist, championed Darwin's theory with great skill and vigor, engaging in public debates and effectively countering the criticisms leveled against it. The misinterpretations and misapplications of Darwin's theory are a separate yet significant aspect of its reception. Social Darwinism, a misapplication of evolutionary principles to human societies, emerged as a particularly damaging consequence. This ideology, which falsely equated biological fitness with social dominance, was used to justify social inequalities, racism, and imperialism. This perversion of Darwin's ideas highlights the importance of careful interpretation and the dangers of applying scientific theories outside their appropriate context. It is crucial to remember that Darwin's theory of evolution is a biological theory, a framework for understanding the biological world, and its application to human social structures is a separate and often problematic undertaking. The legacy of Darwin's work extends far beyond the scientific realm. The theory of evolution has had a profound impact on our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. It has fundamentally altered our understanding of the natural world, shifting our perspective from a static, divinely ordained order to a dynamic, ever-changing system. The ongoing debates surrounding the teaching of evolution in schools reflect the enduring significance of Darwin's ideas and their continued challenge to certain belief systems. The integration of evolutionary principles into fields such as medicine, conservation biology, and even economics showcases the remarkable breadth of Darwin's influence. The application of evolutionary principles in medicine, for example, has led to significant advances in our understanding of disease, the evolution of drug resistance, and the development of new treatments. In conservation biology, evolutionary principles guide efforts to protect endangered species and preserve biodiversity. The ethical implications of evolutionary theory remain a subject of ongoing discussion. Understanding the evolutionary origins of human behavior raises complex questions about the nature of morality and the limits of human intervention in the natural world. However, these ethical considerations are a testament to the profound impact of Darwin's ideas, their capacity to challenge our assumptions and to provoke critical reflection on our relationship with the natural world. The theory of evolution continues to evolve, adapting to new discoveries and incorporating new perspectives. However, the core principles that Darwin established remain remarkably robust, continuing to provide a powerful framework for understanding life on Earth. The ongoing research inspired by Darwin's work ensures that his legacy will continue to shape our understanding of the natural world for generations to come. His contribution remains a cornerstone of modern biology, a testament to the power of scientific inquiry and the enduring impact of a truly revolutionary idea. Darwin's enduring legacy extends far beyond the confines of academic biology, permeating our understanding of ourselves, our place in the universe, and our responsibilities to the planet. His work continues to address fundamental questions, providing a framework for exploring the intricate tapestry of life and the processes that have shaped its diversity. One of the most significant problems Darwin's work continues to illuminate is the ongoing quest to fully map and understand the tree of life. While Darwin himself laid the foundation by proposing a branching pattern of descent with modification, modern molecular techniques have provided unprecedented insights into the relationships between different species. The sequencing of entire genomes allows scientists to reconstruct evolutionary history with remarkable precision, revealing surprising connections and challenging long-held assumptions. This ongoing effort to chart the tree of life is not merely an academic exercise. It has profound implications for fields such as medicine, agriculture, and conservation. Understanding the evolutionary relationships between organisms can help us to identify potential sources of new drugs, develop more resilient crops, and protect endangered species. Darwin's unique contribution lies in his ability to synthesize a vast array of observations into a coherent and compelling theory. He proposed that natural selection, acting on heritable variation, is the primary mechanism driving evolutionary change. This insight provided a powerful explanation for the adaptation of organisms to their environments, the origin of new species, and the overall pattern of diversity that we see in the natural world. Modern research has expanded upon Darwin's original formulation, incorporating new knowledge from genetics, molecular biology, and developmental biology. However, the core principles of natural selection and descent with modification remain central to our understanding of evolution. The problem of understanding the mechanisms of evolution is far from solved. Scientists continue to investigate the complex interplay of factors that contribute to evolutionary change, including mutation, gene flow, genetic drift, and natural selection. Epigenetics, the study of heritable changes in gene expression that occur without alterations to the DNA sequence itself, has added another layer of complexity to our understanding of inheritance. Horizontal gene transfer, the exchange of genetic material between organisms that are not directly related, has been shown to play a significant role in the evolution of bacteria and other microorganisms. These ongoing discoveries underscore the dynamic and multifaceted nature of evolutionary processes. Darwin's work also grapples with the profound question of human origins. His theory of evolution implies that humans, like all other species, are the product of a long and gradual process of descent with modification. This idea challenged traditional views of human exceptionalism, suggesting that humans are not fundamentally different from other animals. The discovery of fossil hominins, such as Australopithecus afarensis, the famous Lucy fossil, has provided strong evidence for the evolutionary history of humans. Comparative studies of human and chimpanzee genomes have revealed a high degree of similarity, further supporting the idea that humans and chimpanzees share a recent common ancestor. The ongoing exploration of human origins continues to be a vibrant area of research. Scientists are using new techniques, such as ancient DNA analysis, to reconstruct the genomes of extinct hominins and to trace the migrations of human populations across the globe. The study of human evolution has shed light on the origins of our unique cognitive abilities, our complex social behaviors, and our susceptibility to certain diseases. This knowledge has the potential to inform our understanding of the human condition and to guide our efforts to improve human health and well-being. In our modern era, Darwin's insights are particularly relevant to addressing the challenges of biodiversity loss and environmental change. The Earth is currently experiencing a period of unprecedented species extinction, driven by human activities such as habitat destruction, pollution, and climate change. Darwin's theory of evolution provides a framework for understanding the vulnerability of species to environmental change and for developing strategies to protect biodiversity. Conservation efforts increasingly rely on evolutionary principles, such as the identification of evolutionary significant units and the management of genetic diversity within populations. The ongoing research inspired by Darwin's work highlights the interconnectedness of all living things and the importance of preserving the natural world. The study of evolutionary adaptation can help us to understand how species respond to environmental stress and to predict the consequences of climate change. The development of new technologies, such as gene editing, raises complex ethical questions about our ability to manipulate the evolutionary process. However, the potential benefits of these technologies, such as the ability to engineer crops that are more resistant to drought or disease, are also significant. Darwin's contributions serve as a foundation for modern evolutionary biology, his insights shaping the direction of research and informing our understanding of the natural world. The ongoing research inspired by his work ensures that his legacy will continue to evolve, adapting to new discoveries and incorporating new perspectives. The continued relevance of his ideas in addressing contemporary challenges underscores the enduring power of his scientific vision. The impact of Darwin's work extends beyond the scientific realm, influencing our understanding of the human condition and our place in the world. His ideas have challenged traditional beliefs about the nature of life and the origins of humanity, prompting us to reconsider our relationship with the natural world. The ethical implications of Darwin's theory continue to be debated, raising important questions about our responsibilities to other species and to future generations. Darwin's legacy is a testament to the power of scientific inquiry and the enduring impact of a truly revolutionary idea. His work has transformed our understanding of the natural world, providing a framework for exploring the intricate tapestry of life and the processes that have shaped its diversity. The ongoing evolution of our understanding of the natural world reflects the dynamic and ever-changing nature of scientific knowledge, building upon the foundation that Darwin established.
We really appreciate you tuning in to this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.